Although not perfect, navigation in the Tesla Model 3 can make a road trip so much easier. It'll navigate you to a coffee shop or a restaurant, just to name a few. It even uses voice activation to make searching for a location that much easier. Now in this video, we're going to show you what the Tesla Model 3 navigation has to offer and how to use it effectively. There are several ways to enter or find a destination. We'll start by tapping Navigate on the screen. Now this will bring up a window and a keyboard to enter a specific address, business, or landmark. Now from the same window, you will also be able to scroll through your recent destinations, home and work, if you save those locations, which we'll go over that later. When you decide on a location, the map will zoom out to show you your route. And once it finishes calculating, it will zoom back into your starting point and begin to give you your turn-by-turn directions with the first instruction at the top of the list. It will also give you an estimate of the total mileage, driving, and arrival times. At the bottom of the list, or just below your destination, it will show you an estimate of remaining battery percentage once you arrive. It will also show you your round-trip estimate. Now this is all calculated by your driving style, such as estimated speed. It also uses environmental factors like elevation changes and the outside temperature. Throughout your route, the computer monitors your energy use and updates the calculation. If you start running low on energy, you will get a yellow warning signal indicating you should slow down to conserve energy. If you get a red warning symbol, you will need to find a charging station before you reach your destination. Sometimes your trip may be longer than the range your battery has, and the computer will include all supercharging stops as long as you have Trip Planner enabled. Now to do that, tap the settings icon on the map, then touch Trip Planner. Now the turn-by-turn directions will include all supercharging stops with recommended charging time at each supercharger. It will also show you what your estimated range will be once you arrive at each supercharger. You can tap Remove Charging Stops to just see the turn-by-turn directions. However, if your battery doesn't have enough charge to reach your destination, you will see an alert on the screen. To add the charging stops back, simply tap Add Charging Stops. While you're charging at a supercharger, the screen will display the time needed to get to your next supercharging stop or your final destination. If you charge longer or shorter, the computer will adjust the timing of future stops. If you step away from the car while it's charging, you can monitor its progress from the Tesla app. If you get close to a certain charge level, which is typically 80%, the app will give you a notification to help you avoid idle fees. If a supercharger on your route happens to have an outage, the Trip Planner will let you know with a notification and reroute you to a different charging station. Now as mentioned earlier, tapping navigation will give you a list of your recent destinations, home, and work. If you travel somewhere frequently, you can add it to your favorites. To add it to your favorites, touch the pin associated with the address and then tap the heart icon. You will then be asked to name it. Once you do that, tap Add to Favorites. The heart icon will turn solid gray and is now in your favorites list. You can delete a recent or favorite destination by touching and holding on it, then tapping the X that pops up on the screen. To set an address for work and home, simply add an address, then touch Save as Home or Save as Work. Once you're done, a simple tap will take you to work or back home. To change the address associated with home or work, give it a long press and type in the new address in the window that pops up. To delete a home or work address, press and hold the icon for the address you wish to delete, then touch Clear Home or Clear Work. Now that home and work are saved in the settings, your Tesla Model 3 may prompt you to navigate to work in the mornings and home in the evenings, and tell you how long it will take based on the traffic conditions. There are several settings you can toggle on and off to personalize your navigation preferences. The first is something we talked about earlier, and that's Trip Planner, which helps minimize the amount of time you spend driving and charging. You also have online routing, which will automatically reroute the trip to avoid heavy traffic. You also have the option to be rerouted to avoid ferries and toll roads. You can turn on Use HOV lanes to have them included on your trip if they're available. You can control the volume of navigation directions a few different ways. The first is to adjust the volume by using the left scroll wheel while instructions are being spoken. You can also mute the volume by pressing the left scroll wheel also while instructions are being spoken. You can adjust the volume at any time by pressing the settings icon on the map and adjusting the volume from there. You can also mute navigation instructions when a navigation route is active by touching the volume icon on the turn-by-turn direction list. You can drop a pin by pressing and holding an area on the map. Now when you drop a pin, it will be centered on the map and a pop-up window will appear with information about the location. From here, you will be able to navigate to the location, call the location if available, and add or remove it as a favorite. If you happen to be on your phone using Google or iOS Maps, just to name a few, and find a location you will need to navigate to, you can send those directions directly from your phone to the car. Now your phone must first be given access to the Tesla app. Once you find the location you need directions for, use the share option on your phone and the directions will show up within seconds. Now to make the process even easier, Tesla has added a list of voice commands to help get you on the road faster. If you already know the address you would like to navigate to, either press the microphone icon on the screen or press the right scroll wheel to activate voice commands. From there say navigate to, take me to, where is, or drive to, followed by the specific address, business name, business category, or landmark. If you programmed your home and work locations, you can also use voice commands to give you directions to either location. Take me to Yosemite National Park. Take me to the nearest coffee shop. Take me to 755 Auditorium Drive. So those are just a couple examples of some of the commands that you can use in the native navigation app. And I think you'll find yourself pleasantly surprised in just how accurate it is in understanding what it is you have to say. So again, just play around with it a little bit more, use those voice commands, and see what it is you can come up with. Now another thing I'd like to mention is that I do feel as though I'd be doing you a disservice if I did not mention abetterrouteplanner.com. It was developed in an effort to take care of some of the shortcomings within the native navigation app in Tesla, and really for the most part has really delivered upon those shortcomings and has been well accepted in the Tesla community. Now upon my first impressions, because I've only played around with it a few times, it doesn't feel as intuitive, nearly as intuitive as the native navigation app in Tesla. However, that being said, it does allow you to add waypoints to your route. And from what a lot of people have said is that it does do a better job in planning your route altogether. And of course, that's just to name a few of some of the advantages of using a better route planner. And also, since the emergence of Chromium, the web browser Chromium in the Tesla, you can now use a better route planner in your Tesla, making it a much better experience. But again, I can't really do a video on it just yet as I don't know enough about the program, but I'll play around with it a little bit more, maybe do a little research, and if I get enough demand for it, I may do a video about it in the future. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you found it to be the information that you were looking for and useful at that. And if you found it useful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and better yet, you can subscribe to my channel. And if you plan on purchasing a Tesla within the coming weeks or months, be sure to use my referral code as you will get 1,000 miles of free supercharging. So once again, thank you all so much for watching, and until my next video, stay positively charged.